Welcome to Skillslash first day of Excel training, in which as a team we want to guide you how you can or what are the various doors in front of you through which you can enter into the field of IT. Okay, this is a bit of career counseling session that we are going to do in the beginning before we start with Excel. So let's start. And just before I start with this Excel sheet, I wanted to know how many of us are willing to jump into the field of IT. Type yes if you are willing to jump into the field of IT, and type already working if you're already working. Let me see the response first in the chat and see. I really want that this piece of information. Okay, very good. Data scientist enthusiastic, already working. Okay, some of us already working. Mixed responses. Yes, working in a BPO, but you want to move into the field of IT core. Okay, already working. Yes, Prashant. Okay, Ruchita. Ready to work. Fresher, totally fresher. Yes. Okay, got the response. You're working as an accountant, Mohammed. Sankaran with a nice yes, laughing smiley. Okay, that's good. SEO executive. Okay, working in a bank, but want to join in IT. I am a fresher. I want to go into the field of IT. I want to be a data scientist, interested in data science. Okay, superb. This is helping me. All right. Thank you so much, guys. So I'm very confident now looking at the responses that you all have shared. Many of you have said, ma'am, we are already working in the field of IT. Some of you are saying, or most of you said in the responses, yes, we want to jump into the field of IT. So based on my 15 years of experience, I have created this slide in which I would love to show you the different doors through which you can enter into the field of IT. Okay. If you think I have missed something, feel free to put it in the chat. Not a problem. Let's see the role that you're saying, where exactly it fits well into my slide. All right. So here you go. A quite red color slide is going to appear in a minute. Here you go. I know, very flashy, isn't it? I love red color, so that's why I put it here. Okay. So what we're going to talk about is the 6 doors in front of us through which we can enter the field of IT. We'll try to keep as much communication as possible through the chat, but I'm sorry, I won't be able to unmute any one of you just to make sure it is very, very effective. Okay. All right. So if you can look into my Excel sheet now, the PowerPoint presentation now, you will see that there are 6 doors in front of you, right? The first field, the first door through which you can enter the field of IT is the role of a developer. The second role is a role of a tester. The third role, business analyst. Fourth is project manager. The fifth role is designer. And the sixth role is the support. And please observe very carefully, just below these doors, I have written down the trending technology, something which is very widely needed. And now I'm going to quickly discuss with you what are these different roles, what they do, and then based upon your understanding of these roles, make up your mind, think what is best for you, what suits your personality. And then if you have any questions, I'm not looking at the chat right now. So then after that, after listening to me, if you have any questions, ask me. Okay, so we'll close this career counseling quickly and then start with our Excel. Can't wait to start Excel. All right. Superb. Let's get started. The first door is a door of a developer. What is your understanding of developer or a data analyst? Who's a developer? Who's a data analyst? Anyone? Please write it in the chat. You can send it to the whole group rather than sending direct messages. You can send it in the whole group. Let people discuss. Let's learn together. Perfect. Very good. Mohammed Sahib, Anuradha. Very good. Thilip Kumar. Very good. Someone who's going to build applications, web applications, mobile applications, or desktop-based applications. Very good. Superb. Good answers. Somebody who's going to build the applications is a developer, isn't it? Data analyst, someone who's going to analyze the data and build things. So if you are a kind of a person who loves building things, who loves to be at par with the trending technologies which are used in the industry, and you love to create either web application like a website, or a mobile application. We play n number of games on our mobile, or we use a lot of banking applications, isn't it, on our mobile? And then there are some applications which are desktop based, something which you will install on your desktop, like example is an antivirus software, right? So if you think you're a kind of a person who wants to build applications, go for the first door, enter the IT through this door. And if you look at the different technologies which are widely used, they are technologies like Java, Python, C++, Visual C. If you want to go towards the web development, then we've got HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, a lot of difficult words here, right? Don't worry, nothing to panic, it's fine. These are the different trending technologies. A need to understand the database, very, very important, and more. Again, in the field of data analyst, one programming language like Python or R is very important, right? In addition to this, something which you can learn is Excel. So something that we are going to start today, that will be very much advantageous. The other things that you can learn is Tableau, Power BI, right? So at Skillslash, we have this very important thing that we do across the globe. We conduct workshops every month. So stay tuned with us, just to make sure, any workshops which are coming, you can attend them, right? These 2 days free of cost, we're not charging, but what we are focusing on is to help the community across the globe, not only in India. So I'm very sure many people have joined me out of India also here. So make sure you're tuned with us so that you can learn more and more things with us. So for example, this month we conducted a Tableau, Power BI, we conducted a Python workshop. So we tend to do a lot of workshops, different workshops every month. All right. The next thing that we are going to look into is the role of a tester. Now, how many of you know this role? Maybe your cousins, your brothers or sisters, or your friends, they call them testers. What is the role of tester? Who do you think is a tester? Excellent. Somebody who's going to, they will fix the bug, Vishal? Okay. So tester is someone who will basically test the application. You want to give the application to the client. How do you give it to the client? You just cannot build it and give it, right? You need to make sure that that application is working absolutely fine. And how you can do that? You can only do that through a tester, through a role of a tester. You can test the applications, give it to the client. So if you think you're a kind of a person who loves testing applications, you think you're a kind of a person, who really wants to go into testing, be it through manual ways or through the automation testing through tools like Selenium, this career is for you. In addition to this, I have written down a certification which is very, very important. The name of the certification is ISTQB, which stands for International Software Testing Qualification Board. International Software Testing Qualification Board. So if you think you're a kind of a person who want to test the applications before this is given to the client, go for this role, go for the ISTQB certification. All right. Any questions do we have in these two roles, developer or tester? Anything you want to ask me? Any concerns? You can put it in the chat. No questions. Okay. Third role. Third role is the role of a business analyst. Now, who's a business analyst? Let's talk about. Okay, just before that, Nikhil has asked a very good question. Ma'am, can fresher do a tester job? Freshers can definitely go for testing jobs. Okay, make sure you know manual testing. You've done automation testing and ISTQB. These three things you've done, you can definitely go into it. All right, Nikhil. Business analyst. Business analyst who's going to analyze data. What else? What else? Very good. Somebody who's going to bridge the gap. Bridge the gap between whom? Bridge the gap between the client and the team, isn't it? See, the developer is going to build the product. The tester is going to test the product, but there will be someone who will be basically telling them what to do, So if you think you're a kind of a person who loves communicating with people, you like interacting with people, you're kind of a person who can understand the client requirements and convert them into tangible documentation, this role is definitely for you. Across the globe, there are some certifications which you can do for business analysis, which will teach you, which will guide you how business analysis should be done. How do you speak to the customers? How do you understand their requirements? How do you create user stories, or maybe, the requirements based on what you discussed? How do you explain it to the team, what needs to be done? So they are the ones who are going to work very closely with the clients. All right. So Divya, for the manual testing, any course, any thing which can provide you manual testing understanding, you can go for that. Any academy, any course that you can look for. Okay. Sandhya Singh, ISTQB stands for International Software Testing Qualification Board. This is a certification which I definitely suggest you all to move forward with. It's very, very good certification. Okay, Nikhil Sai, what is the basic knowledge to become a software developer? Nikhil, start with some trending technologies. Go for Python. Python is one of the very, very good technologies. At Skillslash, we have a full module where we cover Python all the way till the data analytics and everything. So Python is something which you can definitely start with. Okay. All right. Software engineer, Abhijit, we can classify it under developer role only. Okay. Can a bank manager become a data analyst? Ayush, very good question. We've been at Skillslash. We've got a lot of people who are working in the field of banking who join us and run the program with us, go ahead with us, the training. And definitely, I don't think there is any reason why somebody working in a banking sector or finance sector cannot go into the data analyst. In fact, your current role, current experience that you have will definitely help you. All right, any other question? Can I get Python workshop recorded video? Yes, all our videos are there available on the YouTube channel at 8 o'clock. We can definitely guide you through. Okay. All right, superb. Project manager. Project manager. Who's project manager? Manages the project, manages the cost, review, somebody who's going to make sure that the product is delivered on time, the project closes on time, right? How many people needed, how much money we will spend, how much profits we are going to make. So dealing with money, resources, and overall project management. If you think you are kind of a people's person, you can put yourself in other shoes, you can manage a team, you can go for this role. Certifications, PMP, Prince2, MSP, these are some of the widely recognized certifications which you can go forward with. Yes, Sadiq, very good. I'm looking at the answers also now to the project management. Yes. All right, one question that is coming again and again, what is the difference between data analyst and data scientist? So I'll put it in a very simple way. See, a data analyst will make sense out of an existing data. Whatever existing data he gets or she gets, data analyst will make sense out of that. Whereas data scientist will work on new ways of capturing, analyzing data that you have to be used, that has to be used by data analyst. So to put it in a simple way, if you love numbers and statistics as well as computer programming, either path is going to be a very good path for you, whether the data analyst or data scientist. Okay, so data analyst will make sense out of the existing data. Data scientist will work on new ways of capturing the data. And you can take it this way, the data scientist, whatever data is captured, analyst will work on it. Okay. All right. Any specific certifications and skills need to be improved to move to the project management? So if you want to go for project management, again, there are, in terms of IT, we've got PMP, Prince2, and all these certifications, MSP is there. Plus, good idea of tools like MS Project, Teamwork. This will definitely help you. All right. Let's move on. To the next. So Dheeraj, in this BA certifications, just go on to Google and say BA certifications or business analyst certifications. You will get a good list of certifications. All right. Somebody logged with the name Real Me and Dheeraj. Both of your questions are same. Shris, I am from commerce background. Can I understand coding, Shris? It's my experience. I have been teaching for around 8 years out of my total 15 years of experience. I have seen that people from a totally different background tend to pick up technologies very quickly. So at Skillslash, we run Python module, data analytics modules, all these modules. We have people from different backgrounds. Some of them will be a totally different background, like mechanical background, civil, if you have that vision, that power to learn, why not? You can learn it from whatever background you are coming. All right, Shreya, does that answer? Okay. The next role is the role of a designer. Can anybody guess, or do you know what's the role of a designer? What does a designer do? Design applications. Very good, Nikhil. Philip, very good. User interfaces, designs the application. Yes. Okay. How many of us have heard of the word wireframing? Wireframing. How many of you have heard wireframing? Very quickly, I can show you some wireframes, isn't it? That will be so interesting to look at. Wireframing. So I'm just going to search for word wireframing, and I'm going to go on to the images. Now, okay, if you have not heard, no problem. I'm getting a lot of no's, which is absolutely fine. I'm here to tell you wireframing. You know what? Take it this way. Let's say if you want to make a web application, you want to make a website. Let's understand it in a very simple way. You want to make a website, you want to make a mobile application. You just don't open the window and you start coding, blah, 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 and the app is ready. No, that's not what you do. It's same like if I want to build a house, what is the first step? Can anybody tell me what's the first step? Do I get the arrangement of bricks and the cement and whatever I need done and I give it to the mason? What is the first? Map. Okay. Planning. Okay. Money. People are talking about money now. Okay. All right. I get a blueprint. Yes, I go and meet the architect. Correct. So when I go and meet the architect, what happens? He gives me a layout or she gives me a layout, right? Similarly, when you have to make a web application, you just cannot start making the web application. What do you want to do? You need to make a wireframe, a design. And if you think you are a kind of a person who can look at the requirements and create fancy UIs, designs, this role is definitely for you. So a designer is someone who's going to be creating the, yes, unified modeling language, user interfaces, user experiences. Very good. Superb. So you will always start the design first, and then you will start with the development. So if you think you're a kind of a person who can do it, why not? All right, let's move to the last door, and that is the role of a support. What is a support? Vijay Singh, I'll come to your question in a minute. Support. Somebody who can support, the product is live, the client is using it. Now you need somebody to answer the questions of the, do the market surveys, okay, customer service, yes, some other terms. So if you think you're a kind of a person who can give a technical support, you can actually grasp a particular product very quickly. You can actually grasp a very good product knowledge of a particular product. This support role is definitely for you, which you can go forward with and start working in IT as a support role. So these are the different doors of IT in which you can work. Yes. All right. Now, any questions? 3 minutes we have. Let's quickly discuss anything that you want to ask about this. And then what we're going to do is start with the Excel sheet demo. Okay, any questions? I had a question around manual testing and automation testing. Manual automation testing is, there is lot of career growth irrespective of whichever country you are in, right? Definitely, and in terms of the pay rate and all, also very good. Data analyst roles are really booming. There is a lot of good salary prospects to that also. Okay, Nikhil, I cannot say which role is the best role. All of these are best to me, right? It depends upon what you want to do. You want to manage people, design products, develop products, support. So this is something which you have to think. Okay, CSC background, yes, why not? You can definitely go. Okay, data analyst is someone, Sarupriya, who will analyze the data, the huge chunks of data which you have, and then come to meaningful information or bring it to a meaningful information. All right. Any other questions? 2 more minutes. Anything you want to ask, and then we'll close this. Shoaib, what is the question around tele ERP? I'm not sure. Any other questions you want to ask on this? Muhammad, about project manager. Okay, so Muhammad, somebody who will manage the project, make sure everybody is doing their job correctly, right? Talking about resources, making sure we are at par with the money, right? Managing the overall project. That is the responsibility of a project manager. All right, Prabhat, programming language is needed for tester. No, Prabhat, for manual testing, no language is needed. If you want to go into automation testing, yes, you might need Java, Python, all these technologies. Okay. ISTQB, International Software Testing Qualification Board. It is a testing certification. Arts graduate, mechanical background, banking background, oh my God, any other background can definitely choose to go into the field of data analyst. Why I can say it so confidently? Because in all our weekend and weekday batches that we run, we have got people from different backgrounds. And it is my experience that I've seen people pick up concepts, programming and all very quickly. Programming is just a fear in mind, you know, and that is what at Skillslash we target to make sure that that fear is gone very quickly. Okay, any other questions? Excel is very booming. Yes, Excel is booming. Power BI is very important. Tableau is some other things that you can do. Okay, what is better for developers, Java or Python? Prashant, it depends upon which project you are working. If you are working, if you need Python for particular language, both of these languages are very good. Both of these are very good. Okay. Designer Redmi Note 9 Pro. Okay, I think you logged in with some device. So designer is someone who will design the applications as we discussed. There are some tools which you can start exploring like Zeppelin, Mockup. These are some of the tools you can start exploring. All right. Management background, yes, I've answered. So if your question is, ma'am, can I go forward with data analyst role because I'm from a different background? The answer to this question is yes. Why not? Okay. All right, let's jump to something that we've been waiting for, right? The Excel. So I've got all my documents open because I just can't wait to start. So let's easily quickly get started. And in terms of the documents that I'm going to show you, the exercises that I'm going to show you, all this will be available to you. So don't worry. And don't worry about the version of Excel you have currently. Okay. So let's get started. Are we all excited? Super. Ready? How many of you are excited to learn new things about Excel? Yes, yes, 245 participants. Slowly, we are going to jump. Very good. Superb, superb. All right. Okay, so let's quickly jump on to the different things that we can do with Excel. The moment we will start doing some hands-on activities and all, I will share some set of Excel sheets which I have prepared. I will share it with you and you can also practice those with me. All right. Okay, let's jump to the module number 1 in which we are going to talk about Excel essentials. Quick understanding of right from starting Excel, how to use selection techniques, how to quickly enter the data, and finally finish a workbook. Let's very quickly start and try to understand. So these steps which I'm going to tell you, you can use it. You can actually use it parallelly, or you can just listen to the workshop, and as the recording will be provided to you, you can also do it later on. It's entirely up to you. All right, so I'm going to start my Excel now, and let's very quickly try to understand these concepts. So in order to open the Excel, in order to load the Excel, I think you've seen the steps. I clicked on the taskbar, clicked on the start, and I went to programs and I opened up the Excel sheet. All right. So this is the very first step that we have to go forward with. So if you're not sure, if you're not on your start screen, you can always press the Windows key on your keyboard. And from there itself, you can also get the Excel opened. All right. So very quickly. Now, a very commonly used terminology is a worksheet. How many of us are, yes, slides, recording, everything will be given. How would you get it? Within another 30 minutes, you would know. So guys, relax, sit back and just try to gain as much knowledge as you can. All these slides and all, how you will get, I'll give it to you. We'll give it to you. Okay, we'll discuss how best you can quickly grab these slides. Superb. So let's try to understand what is a worksheet. How many of you know what is a worksheet? I want to explain it in a very simple way. Yes, very good, good answers. So when I talk about worksheet, it is nothing but a electronic equivalent of a kind of a paper ledger, right? A very powerful platform where you can enter your data, where you can analyze your data, you can calculate your data, and you can manipulate the data. Any kind of basic calculations like additions or subtractions, or maybe, you know, things like some of you said, I want to go for business analysis, just data analysis. So all kind of statistics or audits or probably mortgage tables, all those things, worksheets will allow you to quickly format your data into a very effective business reports. Okay. So it's a kind of a grid of rows and columns. Do you know what is the length? What is the grid of those rows and column? What is the count? Anybody wonders that? What are the total number of rows and columns? Are we searching on Google? The infinity. Hassan, infinity nahi. Nothing is infinity. Only stars are infinite. 256 only. Over 3,58,000. Oh, okay. That's quite a big number. All right. I read it somewhere. Okay. I read it somewhere. It says 1048576. So 10,48,576. Not infinity. I cannot agree. And how many columns are there? 16,384. Yes, Anuradha. Nailed it. Yeah. Right? I read it somewhere, right? So, yeah. So 10,48,576 rows, 16,384 columns. Interesting fact of the day, in fact, isn't it? All your rows are labeled with the numbers 1, 2, 3, isn't it? So all these rows, if you look into it, you would have never dissected or looked at the skeleton before, isn't it? So we're going to dissect Excel this evening. So if you look at it, the rows are labeled with numbers 1, 2, 3. Your columns are labeled with numbers A, B, C's. And when they get over it, it is A, B's, A, C's, isn't it? Now it's the time to quickly introduce you to the structure of the Excel sheet. Have a look at my screen. Yes, everybody can see a document, a PDF basically, right? So here you could call this as a name box. I want to go from very fundamental understanding. So this is the name box. This is the place where you write formulas. This is the column letters. These are the row numbers, isn't it? And they're called cells. Don't worry about the PDF. It will be given to you. Okay. This is the place where you put the sheet. You can rename. You can do a lot of fancy things around here, right? Okay. Whenever you select a particular cell, what happens? They're soft gray, just to make a difference, just to show you that they are selected, right? So the section of worksheet that you're actually seeing currently is version 2013. You can use any version. These features will be there in all those versions, right? Why is this gray color soft gray introduced? Just to see that you can clearly see that some of the contents are actually selected. That is the whole benefit. You know, look at this example. For example, you've got stock price, pence is this many pounds, and you got pencil 0.40. Okay, I hope you can all see the PDF. Okay, so that's a worksheet. We understood what is a worksheet. Then what is a workbook? How do you differentiate a worksheet with a workbook? PDF will be shared, guys. There's so many questions coming around the PDF. I will share my $1 million PDF with everybody. Don't worry. I'll share this $1 million PDF. At 8 o'clock, we'll give you an idea how you can connect. This $1 million information will be shared. Just keep listening to me. Okay, what is a workbook? I was going to say workshop. Oh my God, workbook. What is a workbook? Multiple worksheets. Why not? Yes. So a workbook is a collection of worksheets, multiple worksheets, which are all in the same file, isn't it? So that's the terminology. So if you look at this diagram now, you can see that these are some other terminologies. This is my worksheet. This is the worksheet tab. This is something which we call a ribbon. These are my column letters. This is the name box, formula bar, active cell, row number. Okay. One thing very clearly, I'm going to tell, I should have told this before. I'm not here to make you masters in Excel sheet, because to be very honest with you, even I'm learning Excel sheet. Excel is such a thing, you know, which is so exhaustive. You learn every time you start using it, isn't it? There are n number of formulas. And I always say Rome wasn't built in a day. Was Rome built in a day? That's an English proverb, isn't it? What does that mean? Rome wasn't built in a day. So it's not possible to master Excel in this 4 hours. So try to relax yourself. If you are not able to memorize what was there last slide, it is absolutely fine. Try to take as much as you can. Okay. So look at these words, very commonly used: ribbon, formula bars, column letters, blah, 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 a lot of information. We can move to the next. You could use it from the quick access toolbar. All right. So when you're looking at my sheet, when you're reading it at home, look at these different screen parts. What does a worksheet control do? What does a formula bar do? What does a ribbon do? Make sure you read this table very carefully. I want to do some exercises. So I'm going to jump a little quicker on this text part. I'm very sure most of you can read it and understand it, right? So when we will be working on the Excel sheets and I say ribbon, this is the area. Please remember, this is the area. So if I say go to ribbon and select this and this option, please remember, this is the ribbon. Clipboard, font, and all these options are the groups. All right. I hope it's making sense. All clear? Okay. In order to select a cell, click on a cell. If you want to select the range of cells, you can just drag and drop this, or you can press and hold the shift key. Then click on the final cell of the range. These are some of the ways I think you know how you can select the different cells. All right. Okay. One thing that I believe you all know, but I would like to put it as a question rather than explaining. How do we select non-adjacent cells and ranges? Let's say there is one cell sitting somewhere else, the other cell is sitting somewhere else. How I can select multiple? How I can select multiple columns if they are not together, multiple cells. So this cell is here, this cell is here. I can just drag and select this. But let's say I want to select D3. This is how we read it, right? D column, 3 row. So I want to select this one and this one. How can I select both of them together? Can you give me the shortcut? Control and shift. Perfect. Control and space. Nahi, control and then just click on this. See? Like a game. You can select control and you can keep clicking. So this is how you can select multiple options. Good. Most of you could answer this. Superb. Ribbons. There's a question around ribbon. So ribbon is this one, this entire thing where you have written file home. We normally call this as a ribbon. And this terminology is not only for Excel. No, if you all agree with me, for all Microsoft products, they tend to use the same terminology, whether you're using MS Project or MS PowerPoint, or so these ribbons and all, they call it same. Right. In terms of entering the data, I am very confident, you know, you can open an Excel, write the data, put the values, you know, according to your requirements, isn't it? I'm very confident you can do. Okay. Another fact for the day, fact of the day, you know, like I asked you, how many columns and rows are there? Do you know in a single cell, how many alphanumeric characters can be entered in a single cell? No searching on Google, Baba. You can just guess if you have heard. Yes. Can you tell me? Shoaib, the PDF will be shared. Don't worry about the PDF. Only two. So the question is, maybe I've not asked it in a very good way. You know, a single cell. You understand what is a cell, right? So this is a cell, this one. This cell can hold how many alphanumeric characters? When I say alphanumeric, it means numbers and alphabets. Alphanumeric. So one particular cell, how many? Give it a guess. 255 is wrong. 108 is wrong. 50 is wrong. 32767 is not correct. No. Don't know. Don't know is also incorrect. 26, no. 32,000 alphanumeric characters. Infinite, Shravan. I don't know why people love giving answers infinite. 32,000 alphanumeric characters. Very good, Garv. Somewhere around 32,000 approximately, correct. Right, so a single cell can hold 32,000 alphanumeric characters. And if your cell is not wide enough, it's not correcting, having the correct data or something like, if it is going beyond that cell, that means it does not lose the data. It's just not showing it. All right. Okay, superb. So next, what we are going to look into is very quickly. Now we know how we can enter the data. Just click on the cell, enter the data, or you can also select the cell, and in this type bar, you can also type the data. Okay. Now let's try to understand how we can enter the data into a range. So when you're kind of entering the data into several adjacent cells, you can actually save time. You can actually reduce the keystrokes, right? So when you enter data into several adjacent cells, you can save time, you can reduce keystrokes by just selecting the range of cells you want to work with. And just press the enter key after typing the data places, and the data in the cell will automatically select the next cell in the range. I know that was so quick. Don't worry, we have a small exercise to do. Are we all excited to start this exercise? I want everybody to open the Excel now. Let's try our best to understand these exercises correctly. So, and I'm going to put an exercise in front of you, give you few exercises as homework, so you can also try. All right, are we all ready? Okay, let's get started. Let's solve this. Open the Excel sheet, don't worry about the version. So what we are going to learn, how you can enter the data into the range. Typing into the Excel sheet, but we want to write it in a range. So let's quickly try this. I need to select what are the things I need to follow. I need to select the desired range. I need to type the information in the first cell. I want to press enter to move to the next cell, type the appropriate information and repeat the steps. If that wasn't clear, don't worry. Let's work on this. Let's work on this. You all can see my screen. Let me make it little smaller to accommodate the text. Okay. Now 1 to 12 steps. I think it won't be able to show you all. So 1 to 12 steps, visualize this and please try to do it. This is the class work. We are going to do it now very quickly. And if you know B6, B10, this is how you can search it. B6. So B6 is this, right? Starting from B and this is the 6. So let's quickly try. If you have done this, write done in the chat. Okay, let me wait for a couple of minutes before I get some done. Do you want to zoom? It's not very visible. Let me try. Then you know what? The 12th step gets missed. Okay, try now. Let me just try to make it little low. Yeah, please try these steps quickly and then we'll carry on. If you have done, write done in the chat. Superb. I can see a lot of us trying, a lot of dones in the chat. How to select B6 to B10. So it says select the range B6 to B10. Let's have a look. Let's make it little smaller and let's try to do it. What is B6? This is B and this is 6. It says select the range B6 to B10. Okay, that is what I've done. And then it says type apple butter. I don't know what is apple butter, but yeah. Okay, and press enter. So what it says next, what is the next step? Press enter and it says type peach jam. Okay, press enter. Type free sample. Press enter. Write pear butter. Press enter. Rogers peanuts. Funny names, isn't it? Press enter. Now it says select the range C9 to D10. So this is my C9, isn't it? This one. C9 to D10. So what is D10? Right? So C9 to D10, that is what I have to select. And then what is the next step for all those who have done? They say type in the cell C9. This is my C9, type 44. Press enter after you have selected. So just select this, enter 44. In the cell C10, which is this one, enter 114, press enter, D9, enter some values. So what it is telling you, you can select multiple values, you can select multiple cells, and you can add data to a range of numbers. So what will happen? Your number of key presses will actually get reduced. It will help you to also save your time if you do it in this way. Okay. The other thing that we're going to look into is how we can done. Okay, thank you for letting me know, all those who have done it. Other thing we can do is we can quickly adjust a common width for all the columns that we have. All you need to do is, let's say if I have opened this particular Excel sheet and some columns are in a small range, some of them are in extremely big range, and I want all of them to be adjusted. I hope you all can see this small triangle, and I want all of you to try this. You can click on this small triangle, and as you click on this small triangle, the entire area gets selected. You can double click on this or this or this or this, any of these options, and you will see that as I click on this, the same action is repeated on all the cells. So whenever you want to perform an action on this entire sheet, you can just click on this triangle button. Can we all try this now? Yes. Can we quickly try this? Double click, finished, done. You can keep writing done so that I can know. Okay, done. So double click the right border of the column and just try to do it. Anytime you want to save your worksheet, just click on File, Save As, like any other document, and it will help you save the document. Okay, any questions? This Excel sheets can be printed like any Word document, right? And you can, once printed, once you don't need anything, you can just close it and complete it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share one assignment with you, and I think, let me just try to see if I can bring everything on the one page. This is the one assignment which I'm expecting all of you to do it with me, right? And I believe it's going to be too small for you to read. So if you just stop writing anything on the chat for a minute, I will put this assignment in the chat for all of you. Okay. And then let's try to do whatever steps this assignment is asking us to do. Let's try to do this and try to gain some understanding. Okay. So the assignment is there in the chat, and I've also shared my screen. Whichever way you want to go with, please go ahead. I'll give you 5-6 minutes. Let's try our best to complete this. Once you have done this, write down in the chat. Yes, Anjali, let me explain again. Everyone in the chat, I have shared one small assignment based on what we've learned. So if you can just follow these steps one by one, right? And see what different things you can do. We'll learn it through this assignment. All right, let's get started. Let's try this. Let me know if you're facing any issues. You can write the questions in chat. Anything that you want, you're not able to do, please write it in the chat. The very first step is load Excel. That means open Excel. Select the C3. Now you know how to select the C3. Select it with the keyboard. And in the cell C3, write down Kathy's computers. Go to the cell C4, enter sales report. And then from the keyboard, remember how I discussed it with you, B6 to E6 has to be selected. So this is B6. Let me just delete this. B6 all the way till E6 has to be selected. Okay, this is the area that you're going to select. What's the next step? Using the figure 1 to 3 as a guide, enter the years in the range B6 to E6. Okay, select the entire worksheet and use the mouse to select A7 to A10. Put some numbers, enter the range of the numbers, and just follow these instructions. How to select B6 to E6 using keyboard. Okay, this is through the mouse you can select here. This is through the mouse. Let me take all this data off. So you select this option, right? And from the mouse, don't worry about keyboard. You can just select it through this mouse as well. Okay. All right. Some Shoaib, if no computer, I'm not sure. You can do one thing. You can look at the recordings and then you can practice this. Okay. Okay, Siddharth, point number 6. Let's have a look. Using figure 1 to 3 as a guide, enter the years in the range B6 to E6. So in this area that you have selected B6 to E6, can you enter some dates? 2021, 2022, just enter some dates. Okay. All right. Anybody who's done this? The last couple of steps are quite straightforward, where in the step number 14th, you have to just save the worksheet, save the cells. In whichever folder you want to save your workbook, you can save it. And in the yearly total column, you have to enter yearly total in the cell A11. Finally, save it and print the worksheet. Obviously, you cannot print it now. Don't worry about the printers. It's fine. You can close leave the 19th step. Okay. This is what I'm expecting you to actually create. Have a look at my screen, please. Now compare with the steps that is written on the chat with what you've got here. See? This is what we had to do. This is what I'm expecting all of you to give. Done now. Okay, now I think this is clear, right? You're able to visualize? Superb. Good job. Okay, 2 more minutes. Let's quickly complete this exercise. There are loads of other things to look into, which we will have a look at it when we are back after a quick discussion with Mr. Ravi. We'll speak to him and then we will continue with a lot of exercises. Please write done in the chat if done. Done. Okay, all right. Steps to open the worksheet. I'm very sure all of you know multiple ways in which you can open. You can just click on File, open a worksheet from there. Your existing or your recent worksheets are going to come here, isn't it? And if you want to open, there's one more way. Just double click on the file you want to open. Wherever your Excel sheet is there, double click and open. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the next bit. And that is, we are going to now look into how we can create simple formulas. Simple formulas. Okay. So in order to create simple formulas, we can do it through typing mechanism. When I say typing, what we can do, these are the 4 steps majorly that you need to follow. Select the cell where you want the formula results to appear. Let me just do one thing very quickly, make it a little bigger. So the first step is you need to select the cell where you want the formula result to appear, and you will always put this is equal to sign. This is the simplest way we are learning how to make a formula. So if I want to write a formula here in this particular cell, I'll always put is equal to. That is the step number 1. Right? Now what's the next step? Let's have a look. Type the appropriate cell and range references, mathematical operators, and constant. Click on the enter button. So all that this is saying is that if I want to use a formula, I can just put an is equal to here, select the cell. Let's say this cell had a value 2 and this cell had a value 3. And I just wanted to add, I want to go with a very simple formula over here. I can just do a is equal to. There are different functions which you can see which appears here, which we will try to explore. Some if, some SQs. There are some functions around search, sign, signage, all trigonometric functions, logarithmic functions are available. We will have a look at them slowly and slowly. But let's say for now, I wanted to add the 2 numbers which are present in the cell E7. This is E7, right? And I wanted to add the E. This is my E again, E8. So what I'll do, I'll just click on it. E7, just put plus, and then you can click on E8. What is the next step? I just click on enter. So what do I get? The first sum. So this is the simplest way you can write a formula. But yes, when we resume, we'll take a short break in which Mr. Ravi would speak to you. We discussed that we have to open the Excel sheet, select the particular cell where you want to write the formula, use the is equal to sign, use SUM, and you can actually type the column and the row number like this by doing E7. And let's say you wanted to add E7 and one more number, which is E8. You can just select like this and press enter key. This is one way of adding the formula. The second way of adding the formula is when you can actually do a is equal to, write the formula and select the cell using the option of your mouse. And you can always press enter after this, which will also give you the result. We'll do a quick exercise. And for that exercise, you would need my already created data set or the Excel sheet, which I have made it ready for this session. And this Excel sheet that I'm going to put it in the chat for everyone will also be made available to you. As Ravi said, it will be provided to you. But all those who are doing this with me right now, this is for you. Some of us are actually joined through laptop. So I have dropped one Excel sheet. The name of the Excel sheet is January 2010. I'll wait for a minute and I'll wait for everyone, all those who are keen to do it with me, to download this Excel sheet. Yes, Sai, you can also type the formula in formula bar. That is correct. So Excel sheet 20,000, January 2010 is right there in the chat. You all can download this. And once you have downloaded, let's do this exercise, right? It's a short exercise that we will all try. How many of us have downloaded the Excel sheet? On mobile, if you are, then you will not be able to get it in the chat. So that is absolutely fine. This Excel sheet, we will make it provided to you tomorrow. Okay, so that is not a problem. If you can't do it right now, you're not missing anything. Don't worry. Okay, I'm dropping it one more time in the chat. Download it. Okay, superb. We will make it available for you. Now let's look at this different things that we can do. The very first step, guys, we have to do is we have to open the workbook. The name of the workbook is January 2010. I hope everybody has opened this, downloaded and opened this. Now follow these instructions. Select the cell D6, type equal to, and do B6 multiply with C6. Something similar to what we did with additions. Click the enter button. Use the same formula in the cells D7, D8 to calculate the price of peach jam and free samples. All those who are observing this Excel sheet might be, it will be making definite sense, right? I will open this Excel sheet also and show it to you for all those who are not doing it with me. So this is the sheet which I had created for the session, right? And if you have not still received it for some reason, I will put it in the chat one more time. All right. If you're not able to do it now, relax. It's fine. We'll share it with you. Okay. I have put it in the chat one more time. Okay. And write down in the chat if you have done it. If you are able to run this formula B6 times C6, and you are also able to do the sixth step. It is a replica of what I told you, what I have guided you. It's exactly the same thing. Okay. Done. Okay. Superb. Good. All right. You know what I'm actually expecting you to do? Something like this, an output like this. Okay. This is the output that I'm expecting all of you to generate. So this is one way, guys, how you can create, you can do the calculations in your data, with your data in an Excel sheet. So using the formulas. The second thing that you can do here is, so what you're trying to do, use different functions. You can perform calculations using the functions. What is a function? Function is nothing but a built-in formula which you can use. So something which the creators of Excel sheets have put it, right? So that you can use them. So sum is what we discussed, isn't it? So rather than writing a big string like B8 plus B9 plus B10 plus adding them one by one like this, one thing more you can do is you can just do sum of B8 colon B14. So this way it will allow you to add multiple columns, okay, or multiple cells. Please try this PDF. Our assignment, I'm not going to give you a very lengthy assignment to do for this session. I'm going to give you this PDF, and I want that whatever we have done in the session, please try to practice that at home. If you can do it before tomorrow, that will really help. Right? So sum is the exercise that you have to do. Just use sum, drag the formula like we did, drag the cells, press enter. All right. I want to now show you one more feature that we have got, which is called as the auto sum. Are we all ready with the auto sum? Okay. Please locate the auto sum. It is right here on the ribbon of the Excel sheet. If you go to File, Auto Sum. Let's try this, everyone. Let's all try auto sum once. So for this, just click on the formulas and click on this auto sum option, something which you can see on my screen. Okay. After doing this, what is the next step that we have to do? Let me just quickly walk you through the next data set now. The next data set that we are going to look into is now February 2010. So you can close the Excel sheet you were working on. You can use that as a practice exercise at home later on as an assignment. And I've put the February 2010 Excel sheet in the chat. Can you all download? I will wait for a minute. We will be practicing auto sum on this. Have you all downloaded it? Are you able to see February 20? Yes, this Excel sheet we will provide you tomorrow also. So all those who are not able to do it, not a problem at all. All right, February, everybody did it? Everybody is with me, right? Done, please. Superb. So much so I want to hear from all of you. I think your dones are going to help. Send the sheet again. Okay, send the sheet again. I'm sending it again. Sakshi, did you get it now? Just check. Sakshi, Prashant, got it now? Done. Sadiq, done. Superb. Everybody got the Excel sheet. Okay, what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead then. We will use this particular exercise to complete this. We will open the workbook February 2010 now and select the D12. Click the auto sum button. Click this auto sum button again And finally, use auto sum to calculate the sum of prices for fresh products which are there in the cell D23. Okay, I'm going to do these steps in front of you. So what was the step number 1? The step number 1 is select the column which is D12. What is D12 here? This is the D and this is the 12. So intersection of this. And then it says go to formulas. Once you click on the formulas, just to select the auto sum and click on the auto sum option again. How was it? So quickly it gave me the output, right? So that is another way we can do. All good? Okay. How many of us are ready to move ahead? All good. Let's carry on. Let's move ahead. I think you've done with this, right? Okay. Now I'm going to walk you through how you can use this entire formula palette. You know, in Excel sheet, you've got this entire formula palette where you can do multiple things depending on the function you select from the drop down list. You can just use multiple things that you want to. Please observe my slide at the moment, the PDF. As you click on this option, you can see these are the different things. You can calculate the sum, average. You could do the if-else conditions. You can create hyperlinks. You can count, do a max, do some trigonometric functions, right? So all these built-in functions which we have in Excel, they have a function name, like a sum, like stdev or pmt. Whatever you are putting inside these round brackets, they are nothing but the arguments. All right. So these arguments will be inside this parenthesis, and whatever information you put inside this is the one on which the operation will be performed. Okay. So as an example, have a look at this slide. It says these are my function arguments, right? For this Excel sheet that we were all working on, number 1, C6 to C11. What is this? These are the different function arguments. These are the different function arguments that we have. Okay. Sarita, is there any condition? No, no condition for auto sum. You just select auto sum and whatever output it is giving you, it is just going to do a sum of all the numbers and give it to you. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next. After function arguments, the next thing that we will do is we will try to do a small exercise, right? So I'm going to put it in front of you. And please try this, everyone. Select the cell B12, whichever Excel sheet you have, you can try this. On the formula bar where you have, use a FX button. Okay. And in the function box, you will click the drop down arrow, select sum, and you will see different options. Just select them and just practice this once. Okay. So maximum number of arguments that a function can take, that will increase from 30 to 255. That has been increased. So that is really very, very powerful in Excel. So please try this, write done in the chat. All right, very good. Good. I can see some dones. Anuradha done, Sadik done, Varsha done. I hope you're all able to navigate to the formula bar and click on FX. Done. Okay, let's go ahead. All those who are catching up, great. As I said, you know, this PDF will be our homework. Please make sure you practice this end to end. Now, the next thing that I wanted to discuss with you is how you can actually edit the data. If you've got an existing data and you want to multiple data you want to modify, you can do that. You can replace the particular data in the cell. Just select that cell, type the new data, press enter. That is one way. So this exercise will be a homework. Please type revenue, press enter, then type 42, press enter, you will see the data will get changed. So I think this is something which you can pick it up, right? Another alternative is you can completely replace a cell data. You can also edit the data by double clicking on the cell. So as you double click the cell, try this option. This is a particular cell that I have. Just double click on this cell. You will see that whatever icon or whatever cursor is there, it will be there for you, and you can just edit. If I wanted to put butter with single T, I can just make a change. All right. I hope this is making sense. And then if let's say you don't want to make any modifications, the shortcut for that is escape. You can press the escape key, and whatever changes you've made, it will be taken away. Okay. Any questions? Anything you want to ask? All right. There is one more button which is called as the clear button, which you can use. You want to clear the content or you want to clear the information of your cell, you can always use this clear. So whatever is there, it will delete everything in the cell. Okay. It will remove everything. Like in any other Word, Microsoft Word or tools where you have the undo and redo options, in Excel also we've got an option of undo and redo. You can see in this snippet that I have attached, there is an undo and a redo button, which you can always utilize in case you want to, you have done something wrong. All right, I hope it is making sense. All right, time for us to jump on another assignment, and I will have to share another Excel sheet with you. And as you can see, this this particular is quite lengthy. This is a lengthy one. So I'm going to give you full 5 minutes to try this, right? And in order to have a comfortable access to this exercise, this document, I'm going to copy this and put it in the chat for everyone. Very good. Control Z. Yes. I'm going to paste this exercise. 18 steps, 5 minutes. Can we all try? But before this, you need an Excel sheet from me. The name of the workbook is Tiger Talks PLC. So this Tiger Talks PLC, I will share with you. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, actually in this one, you don't have to get it from me. You can just create one. You have to create one empty. So create a new workbook. That's why it's not present with me. Okay. All right. So what I've done is I'll leave my screen shared. I've put this assignment in the chat. Can we all quickly try this? We'll give you a quick 5 minutes and then we'll move to the next concept. I hope everyone can see a big chat from me, right? You can copy it and you can put it in the notepad and then finish it. I will show you an output in a minute. Very quickly, I'm going to show you the output also, but just try to do a few steps of this. I hope everybody is trying this exercise, right? Is it easy? Are we able to follow? Okay, I would love to show you the output of this program and jump to the next concept. I know you've done only few of the steps. You've not been able to complete all of this, but just considering the time and I want to cover too many things, I'll give you that as a homework. So is this the output that you were expecting, most of you? Can you look into your steps and output? Yes, how many of us expected this? Still doing it, Anuradha. I know. I'm just rushing through totally with you. Still doing. Yes, this is a lengthy exercise. It will take time. How about you guys take this, the remaining part of this as a homework? Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. So just observe the output. This is what is the output. When you try later, this is the output that I'm expecting you to follow. Other shortcuts that I want you to show you were, you can press home to go to the first particular section. You can press Control End and you can also press Control Home. These are the different things that you can do. You can navigate through the worksheet using these shortcuts. Quite very, very handy. So let's say you want to move to the first cell in the worksheet, you will use Control Home. If you want to move to the first cell of the current row, you will go to press Home. And if you want to move to the last cell, please use the Control End command. Okay, let's practice this on a worksheet. Time for me to share one Excel sheet with you. So I'm going to share one Excel sheet in the chat. Okay, this is another Excel sheet which I have prepared. Kindly open this Excel sheet once, download it, and let me know if you have any issues. Please download it once. All these Excel sheets, and I will be sharing it with the team. You will definitely get it, okay? All right, downloaded everyone? Okay, so these are the steps that we will follow. Open the workbook. The name of the workbook is Jollyco Sales Figure. And then select the cell E12, press Home, press Control End and Control Home. Confirm if this has happened. This is the expected thing to happen. Let me know if this is actually happening. All right. So the next thing that I wanted to show you was a very, very important command, which is called as a go to command. So if you click on, just search for it. Don't need to worry about where it is present. In the current Excel sheet that you have, just click on the go to option and click on file and select. As you click on file and select, you will see an option go to. Click on this go to, and can you see a modal window which opens in front of you? Yes? Anybody wants me to repeat the steps? All good? Superb, guys. Good, good. All right. So when you go to, what is the main benefit? This, on the left hand, right hand side, on the bottom, you can see some scroll boxes and bars, right? They are very, very useful, very useful. And you have also this command called go to command, which will take you to a specific option. Okay. You can find and select, click on go to, and wherever you want to go, you can press it there. So if you click on go to special in this find and replace option menu, you will see some options, right? Let me show you these different options. If you look at the comments, if you just click on go to special option, you will see comments, constants, different formulas, the blanks, current region, arrays. Yes, can you see this? Arya, you don't know where is go to. I will show you. Row differences, column differences, presidents, right? So in order to go to, this is the option. Let me close this and show you again. I just use a very simple way of just clicking on go to. I just go to search and click on go to. Okay. Click on search, go to, or just write go to there. Click on find and select, and there is some option called go to special. Just click on this once and see. Let's explore. So it says where you want to select, go. So constants or formulas or blanks, which area you want to go. And then just click on OK. Where does it take you to? To the area, to the section where there were a lot of formulas, isn't it? See how beautifully this Excel sheet is created? Right? Go to option. Do you all promise me to explore it more and more? Arya, glad to know that you found it now. How many of you promise me to explore it more and more tomorrow? If you finish this PDF, this is a guarantee that you will be able to really get a good hold of basic Excel programming. Basic Excel. All right, Sandhya. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Less than 15 minutes left. So guys, keep your seatbelt fastened and let's try to look into more and more concepts, right? The whole target of this workshop with you is to give you as many concepts at a basic level. So, when you will be going through this PDF, please remember, look into each of these options. I know I'm scrolling very fast at the moment, but blanks, current region, it is giving you a good definition of each and everything. What is column differences, presidents, right? And you all agree with me, considering the time, will not be able to show you each and every option, isn't it? But I'm very confident you all can complete this. All right, how about doing this quick exercise? Can we do this, please? use the go to do the step number 1, 2, 3, and 4 and write done in the chat. Let me give you some time here. Everyone, please try. Press F5. That's the shortcut. You know, you don't even have to search. Reference text box, type D29, choose OK. And let me know what happened. When you did this magic, what happened actually? Okay, super good number of chats. Time to go ahead. Let's quickly look into last of the concepts very quickly. Okay, directly reach to D29, done. Okay, super, good job. All right, let's have a look at how you can perform the simple sorting mechanism, simple sorting in Excel sheets. So in order to perform a simple sort, what do we need to do? We need to click on the sort group, sort and filter group. Please look at the highlight on this particular screen. Can you all see it? Yes. So when you click on this sort option, it will help you to sort the particular rows and columns. See, you can sort. This is the ascending. This one is for the descending order. So click the sort button, and whenever you want to sort a particular sheet, you can always do that. Okay. All right. So this exercise is something which you can try, the sorting. And now we are going to look into the last topic for today. And that is how we can create and use the named ranges, right? So let me give you a very simple understanding on how you, or what is the main purpose of creating and using named ranges, right? Right. Think about it. Let's say you're going to Goa, Mumbai, Mauritius, going on a trip, right? And you wanted to tell the people, would you be able to tell the people that you are visiting 39 degrees north latitude, 77 degree west longitude? Would you be able to be that specific? No, right? What would you be able to tell? I'm going to Washington, DC, or I'm going to Goa, right? Or will you be able to tell in a degrees of latitudes and longitudes? It's not that easy, right? So named ranges or range names, that is a concept which will be very easy to remember. The different identifiers that are created, they are very easy, right? There are different functions that use named ranges. They are very useful, very powerful, very informative than the functions that we created or we used for cell references, right? For example, you know, if I say profit is equal to income minus expenses, is this easy to remember, or is it easy to remember H5 is equal to A5 minus F5? Option 1 or option 2? Write it in the chat. Which is easy to remember, option 1 or option 2? Yes, you all agree with me, right? Option 1. So in order to create the naming ranges, you need to conform to some of the rules, right? What are those rules with us? The first character of the range name, it must be either a letter or it should be an underscore. That is rule number 1. The range can be up to 255 characters in length. That is very important. Range names cannot contain spaces. So no spaces. They are not case sensitive, right? And please avoid using range names that resemble cell addresses, functions. Okay. Now do one thing. Can you all explore this option? The name box. Where is this name box? Did I actually guide you through before? Can we all search for name box? How many of us have found name box? Write it down. Search for name box. Click on this name arrange. That's all you have to do. Okay, let me go back to the document and explain you. So this is the area where I'm expecting you to go. Select the column group, get external data. Okay, and open the name box. And then what you can do, you can select the range, whatever range you want to name, you can select it, click on the name box, you can type the name and finally press enter. That's the only thing that you have to do. Okay, does that make sense? So all you do is go to your Excel sheet. This is the area that I have, or let's say I want to just keep it like this: apple, butter, peanut, jams. So what are these? These are products. So I'm going to just put products. Press enter. So rather than calling this with different items, I can just call this entire item as a product. I can put a name there. Okay, repeat, Sakshi, repeat. Okay, I'll repeat. I wanted to call these different units as units rather than B6 to all this column names. So I will select this whole thing and I'll call it as units. Press enter. So now you can refer this as a consolidated item, Sakshi. You can call it as a unit. Okay, is that clear, Sakshi? Clear. Okay. Superb, Sakshi. Good job. Okay. So I hope it's clear, guys. No questions? All right. So what we looked into were some of the basic concepts of Excel. Pankaj, you want me to repeat it one more time? All right. Have a look at it, Pankaj. These are the different cells, right? I wanted to call it as price. So what I do is I select this whole list of data that I have. This is the name box. Click here and I can give it a name price. What will be the benefit? You can just call it with a group now. You can call it with a name now. All right, Pankaj, clear? Superb. All right. So what I was saying is today what we looked into were the basic concepts. Okay, some new things that we've learned. But from tomorrow when we start, we are going to start talking about how do we do automatically naming ranges. We are going to talk about the different concepts about navigating the named ranges. From here, we will look into the range names as formulas as well. We'll do some exercises tomorrow. So tomorrow's will be a little more at a good, not at a little bit advanced beginner levels that we are going to go, where we are going to do multiple things with the named ranges. We are going to delete, we are going to edit these name ranges. We are going to look into how you can use the name manager box, right? We are going to look at how you can create the named constants. That is again very important concept, very powerful. And then we will have a small assignment on some exercises that I have planned for tomorrow. In addition to this, looking into how you can format the worksheet, right? How you can move your data, copy your data in an Excel sheet. We will look into tomorrow as we meet. We are also going to explore how we can copy the data using different shortcuts, control and different shortcuts, how you can copy the data with autofills, right? So these are some of the things that we are going to look into tomorrow before we conclude. The other highlights are the relative mixed absolute references, which you can use in Excel. So that is again something which we have in plan. All right. Okay. Any questions? We've got less than 2 minutes left. Do we have any questions from today's session? All right. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Everyone, the PDF will be shared with you tomorrow. Recording will also be given to you. Today we spent some time in the beginning over the career counseling and all. So tomorrow sharp 7 p.m. as we start, we'll dive into Excel. And I can't wait to see you all tomorrow and give you wonderful concepts on Excel. All right. So thank you once again for joining us at Skillslash, and wish you all the good luck. Enjoy your day tomorrow, and please make sure you tune up with us, join us at 7 p.m. tomorrow. All right. Thank you and good night. Take care, all you. God bless. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Goodbye. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for your kind words. Let's meet up tomorrow and let's dive into more concepts of Excel.